Take a look at your life right now. Think about the goals you set for yourself at the beginning of the year. Think about the versions of yourself you imagined. The one who is financially free, the one who is in peak physical shape, the one who has mastered a new language or a complex skill. Now ask yourself, why aren't you there yet? For most of us, the answer isn't a lack of talent or a lack of opportunity. The answer is that we are waiting for a feeling that never stays long enough to finish the job. We are waiting for motivation. Motivation is a beautiful thing when it arrives. It feels like a surge of energy, a sudden clarity that makes the impossible feel easy. But motivation is like a summer storm. It is intense, it is loud, but it is gone as quickly as it came. If you only work when you feel motivated, you are at the mercy of your moods, your energy levels, and your environment. You are a passenger in your own life. Hi, this is Mops. In this deep dive lesson, I want to take you beyond the surface level of self-improvement. We are going to build what I call the discipline architecture. We are going to explore why your brain is literally wired to sabotage your progress, how to stop relying on the battery of willpower, and how to create a life where your success is a result of your systems, not your feelings. To understand discipline, I first have to show you the war happening inside your head. Neuroscientists often talk about the battle between the limbic system and the prefrontal cortex. The limbic system is the ancient part of your brain. It is the part that kept our ancestors alive by seeking out sugar, rest, and safety. It doesn't care about your 10-year plan or your retirement account. It only cares about right now. It wants the dopamine hit from the phone, the comfort of the couch, and the instant pleasure of the snack. On the other side, you have the prefrontal cortex. This is the human part of your brain. It is the part that can visualize the future, plan complex tasks, and understand the consequences of your actions. Discipline is simply the process of training the prefrontal cortex to remain in charge, even when the limbic system is screaming for comfort. But here is the secret that most gurus won't tell you. The limbic system is much stronger than your logical brain in the short term. This is why willpower fails. If you try to fight your cravings and your laziness with pure mental strength every single hour of the day, you will eventually lose. Your willpower is a finite resource. It is like a phone battery that drains every time you have to make a difficult decision. By the time evening rolls around, your battery is at 5%, and that is why you find yourself scrolling through social media for 2 hours instead of working on your project. I have found that the only way to win this war is to stop fighting and start engineering. We move from willpower to systems. A system is a pre-made decision. When I build a system, I am using my logical brain today to make a choice for my emotional brain tomorrow. Think about your environment. If you want to eat healthier but your kitchen is full of junk food, you have to use willpower every single time you feel hungry. You are forcing your logical brain to fight a battle 10 times a day. But if you remove the junk food from the house, you only have to use willpower once, at the grocery store. The system protects you from yourself. This is what I call environment design. If you want to be disciplined, you must audit your surroundings. Your environment should make your good habits easy and your bad habits nearly impossible. Another pillar of the discipline architecture is the concept of identity-based habits. Most people focus on what they want to achieve, the outcome. They say, I want to be a millionaire, or I want to run a marathon. But outcomes are the results, not the cause. To build lasting discipline, you must change who you believe you are. Instead of saying I am trying to save money, you say I am an investor. Instead of saying I am trying to write a book, you say I am a writer. When you shift your identity, your actions begin to follow. A writer writes every day. An investor saves every month. It is no longer a chore. It is an expression of who you are. But what happens when things go wrong? This is where we use a technique called the premortem. I want you to look ahead at the next week and imagine that you have failed. Imagine that you didn't do the work. You spent the money you shouldn't have, and you lost your discipline. Now ask yourself, why did it happen? Was it because you stayed up too late? Was it because you were around people who don't share your goals? By identifying the obstacles before they happen, you can build a system to bypass them. I also want to address the all-or-nothing trap. Many people believe that if they miss one day of their routine, they have failed entirely. They think, well, I missed my workout today, so I might as well eat junk food for the rest of the week. This is the path to destruction. Discipline is not about being perfect. It is about being consistent. If you miss a day, that is a mistake. If you miss 2 days, that is the start of a new bad habit. My rule is simple. Never miss twice. Get back on the path immediately. Discipline is ultimately the ultimate form of self-respect. Every time you do what you said you were going to do, you are building trust with yourself. You are proving to yourself that your word matters. And when you trust yourself, your confidence explodes. You stop looking for validation from others because you have the internal validation of your own discipline. The road to success is often lonely, and it is almost always boring. It is a long string of days where you do the work when you don't feel like it, where you save the money when you'd rather spend it, and where you keep learning when others are distracted. But on the other side of that boredom is a life that most people can only dream of. I want you to stop waiting for the spark of motivation. I want you to start building your architecture. Audit your environment. Shift your identity. Create your systems. And remember that the person you want to become is waiting for you on the other side of the work you are avoiding today. I am Mops, and I will see you in the next lesson of our journey toward growth.